Michael. You are at Smyrna Beach, and you were just in the production of Emotional Baggage. But you have also, you read Emotional Baggage before you were in it.
Yeah.
And it inspired you to write your own nonverbal play.
I did.
Yes. So let's start with what intrigued you about Emotional Baggage?
What intrigued me most was the depth of the characters that needed to be understood, and the amount that could be portrayed without words. That sometimes words could have limited emotional baggage, actually, with the depth of how the story and the plot. We understand more because there's no words.
I think you're right. I never thought of it that way, but you know what? In some ways words might make it cheesy.
Yeah, it clutters your mind when you think about the lines, and when you just do it and when you just see it, you understand more of what they feel and who they are, and that's what intrigued me most, and that's what inspired me to write my play.
And tell me about, so what's the name of your play?
My play was entitled Rainbow, and it's about 7 characters, all named after a color, and I took what intrigued me most about emotional baggage and I put it into those 7 characters. I made them much more complex than I could have done easily, because I wanted to give myself a challenge.
Sure.
And basically I challenged myself to make as complex characters, as realistic characters as I could. Because sometimes when I read plays about, you know, things that people go through, bulimia or suicide or drugs.
Struggles.
Yeah, struggles that a lot of people go through. It's not as much as powerful as I want it to be sometimes.
Yeah.
And when we do situational plays, we want to hit our audience as hard as we can and send messages as deep as we can. So I wanted to send as deep as messages as I could, and I thought emotional baggage sent such a deep message with no words. If I had these complex, realistic characters, I could send so much. And
yeah, and then you went on and you actually staged it. So tell me the most satisfying part of staging the play.
The most satisfying part was seeing it all strung together and seeing the story told of real people that I can understand myself, and that I can, even though I don't live through
those
what
struggles,
they through, I can understand them, and that's the beauty of theater, is that you can understand without going through it.
Yeah.
Just by seeing it.
Yes.
And that's what the best part was watching other people understand what they knew nothing about.
And what was the biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge was getting my actors to be able to, it was so difficult because I used a bunch of new people.
Right.
And I had a larger cast, and music was an issue with filling things out and picking music, because I had to pick music very carefully, and just transforming the characters, making them as realistic as possible. Because sometimes pantomimes can be cheesy and fake looking, and I didn't want that at all. I wanted to be real pantomime, which was something that my district judges warned me about, was to avoid cheesy as much as I could. Because
it's almost it's almost like an oxymoron, that this real pantomime, but it's necessary when you're dealing with these kinds of issues. I think.
Because I did have a couple cheesy scenes that I purposely put there just to, like... We need some balance. Yeah, I didn't want it to be all dramatic, all sad.
Because that becomes, when you have all drama, then that becomes an issue in itself.
I wanted there to be as realistic as possible. No one's life is all sad. There are happy moments, there are sad moments, there are awkward moments, and I wanted that to be portrayed. Yeah. Yes, they have issues, but they live life too. They go through what you go through, they laugh, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they have happy times, but, you know, they may go through different sad times.
Yeah. Michael, I'm so thrilled that you were inspired by Emotional Baggage. It really means quite a lot to me that you took it and you wrote your own, you went your own way and wrote your own thing, and I couldn't ask for anything else. Couldn't ask for more.
So much.
Thank you very much.
Your work has done a lot for me, and I'm sure everyone who worked on my show. They learned as much as I did.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.